Can we talk? Oh, I can definitely talk to this guest that I have in the neighborhood. He is a longtime publicist and fairly more recent playwright, and I consider him kind of a friend. His name is Beck Lee. And Beck is no longer in New York, even though he still reps a lot of Broadway shows and venues, including Pangea, the cabaret place. But he's doing that all the way in the Twin Cities. So,
That's
how are
right.
things out there?
Working remotely when it comes to New York, but you know, the Twin Cities um, are such a rich cosmopolitan sort of oasis in the Midwest. And people don't really realize how extensive the arts scene is here. So when I, uh, was thinking of a place where I would go in the witness protection program and get out of town, this seemed to be a really good option because of the abundance of theater and music and the talent. It's incredible. So I'm a happy camper as far as that's concerned. I've skipped town. I'm out, I left Dodge and everything, but you know,
Now, you had mentioned before we began
mhm,
this
mhm.
that that had something to do with the late and great comedian Joan Rivers. What?
Well, you know, I, I think what I can say to give this a positive spin, as we like to do, is that I've had a chance to reinvent my career by moving to the Twin Cities, and here I am. I still have clients in New York. I still have a lot of friends, and you
You
can't
have
take.
friends back? You? But no,
You can't.
get to the
You,
Joan. I mean, we do
you
have.
can't.
You bring up Joan Rivers. What is it? What happened?
Well, okay, now you can't take you can take the New Yorker out of New York, but you can't take New York out of the New Yorker. I am here. I am in the Midwest, flyover country, having a great time. But I'm still that New York guy. I still tell people, to move over if they're standing in front of me instead of, sitting down and expecting a different result. Um, I did have to leave town.
Yes, but what does this have to do with Joan Rivers?
She kicked me out. No, it was starting in 2014, this incident where I created a voice. I worked with an impersonator to create a phony Joan Rivers recording, which I actually was able to sell to the Post. I didn't sell it financially. I I offered it to Page Six, and I basically sold it to them as the last known recording of Joan Rivers before she died. It has her raspy voice and everything. And it was recorded the morning that she went in for the procedure that ended her life. Now, why did I do this? Why did you're looking, this seems incomprehensible. Well, I did it for a show. I did it because the publicist and me was desperate to find a way to get a show on the radar that I was representing. My Son the Waiter, a Jewish tragedy, which you
Yes, I
remember
interviewed the
that
guy, or
show?
Rabbi Saul interviewed
Yeah,
the
yeah.
actor in that. Yes.
hmm So what happened is she loved Brad Zimmerman. She wanted to do a spot for his run, which was coming up off Broadway, of My Son the Waiter, and she was supposed to record the spot that day. And so when the producer asked me, Beck, she recorded the spot, right? And I said, um, I think she did.
And then you
My
went and found an impersonator to play her to say what she would have presumably said.
Well,
For real life.
she read the script that we
Oh,
had prepared for her, and anyway, so that backfired. But
yeah.
the David Merrick in model of total deniability. I just didn't have the guts and the cuyones
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
basically deny the whole thing, or that I didn't know where it came from. I I caved and I confessed to Page
Who,
Six. Yeah,
Yeah.
not very good. But this did not. The show ran for 9 months, so the
Yeah.
producer was happy. It was great, but there was something there that told me that, I needed to refresh a little bit, and I needed a more wholesome life. I was, I was, it was like sweet smell of success. I had been, burning the candle, and I generally speaking, as publicists go, I am considered a very low key, kind
Oh,
of even keel, sort of thoughtful publicist, and I don't flip out like Richard Kornberg or people like that. I
okay. Yeah. Oh, let's not name names, right, Richard Garber. Okay, but Beck, honestly, I do have to kind of. So I
mm,
want to go very, very quickly. You have to tell us that you have a play that is in development or getting to that stage. It is.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah. So I'm living, having a great time here, raising a son. I'm
Oh,
working
awesome.
my plays. I got a couple of plays in development, and one is called Seltzer Nights. It's a vaudeville show that kind of I get to, channel all the things I learned in the Yiddish theater, working in the Yiddish theater for years. It's called Seltzer Nights, and it looks like we're going to have a workshop production early next year, and that's
Oh,
something I'm
if
really looking
only my
forward to.
beloved Edgar were here to see it. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have a delightful time talking with the honest and fun Beck Lee. So, Beck, continue good success and a good life out there in the Twin Cities.
And happy anniversary. I'm so proud of you for sticking it out and doing such a great job and evolving with this, with the medium.
Yeah.
There you go.
And problem is, when I do stick it out, I get arrested. So, some things I can't. But, anywho, thank you, Beck.
Thank you, Dave.